Hello, my name is Chandler Allen, and our group is going to be talking about digital equity and ethics in preschool through 12th grade education. So, digital equity is all about making sure all students, no matter what their background is, have equal access to the technology and the internet that they need for learning. This means having the right devices such as laptops, tablets, iPads, also reliable internet and quality digital resources. Without this kind of access, students, especially those from the underserved communities, can get left behind in an education system that's becoming more and more tech as our years continue on. Ethics in digital education focuses on using technology responsibly in schools. It's about making sure that student data is protected, that tech tools don't create more inequality, and that technology helps students think critically and fairly rather than just reinforcing biases. I gathered this information from three different sources. The first source that I gathered this information from was the National Education Association. I also gathered some from the National Digital Inclusion Alliance, and then some from the Future of Privacy Forum. I really gathered a lot of good information from these three sources that provided me with great information that I was able to learn actually through this and learning more about equity through digital technology. Two of the guiding questions that I come up with were the first one: how can we ensure equitable access to digital resources for all students, regardless of their socioeconomic status or their location geographically? And then the second question was, what ethical concerns arise from the increasing use of technology in P through 12 education, especially regarding student data privacy?
Hi, this is Jolie Roberts, and as Chandler mentioned above, we are focusing on digital equity and ethics in our schools. The video on this slide is a great tool for teaching about digital ethics and responsibilities. Frank Avella with Teachings in Education shares this video to help us better understand ethical behaviors in the digital world. He explains the mission is to prepare students for the global technology demands of the future. It is very important for us as a job in education is to teach this digital responsibility. However, this comes with challenges, but also great opportunities for our students too. There are many challenges with digital equity in our schools today. The School of Education and American University published an article titled Understanding the Digital Divide. It explains that one challenge in digital equity is the gap between people with sufficient knowledge of and access to technology and those without sufficient knowledge or access. Many students, particularly low-income communities, do not have access to high-speed internet. There is also a lack of digital devices required for digital learning. This limits the student's ability to complete assignments properly. So the digital divide is lowering the academic outcomes of low-income, underserved students and districts, which ultimately prevents them from developing technology skills that will help them with their future success. Another challenge is teacher training. EdSurge published an article calling the lack of training for teachers a global problem. Training can be costly to school districts, and it doesn't guarantee that the teacher will go back to the school and actually implement the training that's in their classroom. Without proper support, the use of technology in classrooms can be inconsistent and ineffective. Despite numerous challenges with digital equity, there are even more positive opportunities that technology can provide for our students. TeachFlow published an article called The Role of Technology in Personalized Learning and declared that traditional one-size-fits-all classroom approaches are being replaced by personalized learning. Digital tools allow for adaptive learning experiences that can meet students at their individual levels. It can also tailor to the individual interests and keep students engaged in learning. Assistive technologies also enhance accessibility for students with disabilities, helping to create a more inclusive learning environment. Digital equity can also open doors to online courses, virtual field trips, and global collaborations, giving students access to resources and experience that may not be available in their local schools. They can help bridge educational gaps and expand learning.
Expanding access to technology and internet connectivity, schools and districts can bridge the digital divide by providing students with devices and ensuring internet access at home. So my school I actually work at is a one-to-one, so every student has their own computer. And with the internet, back during COVID, we actually worked with a company that was close to us and made sure that our kids that didn't have internet were provided with hubs for their house so they could work from home during COVID. So we actually had some firsthand experience with this. So I found this research, 1 Million Project Foundation, now part of T-Mobile's Project 10 Million, provides free internet access to low-income students to support digital learning. Many districts like Chicago Public Schools have implemented similar things in their schools. Along with having internet and access to computers, it's very important that schools integrate digital literacy, and so they're using these things responsibly. They know how to deal with data and privacy and ethics of AI and other digital tools. Implementing interactive lessons on cyberbullying, data security, and misinformation. I teach a business class here at my school, and I teach career prep to the 9th graders, so that's really big, something we do spend a lot of time on, a lot of lessons on what's safe on the internet and what's not safe on the internet. The kids these days don't know. They think that this just, you put it out there, and if you want to delete it, it goes away, and that's just not the case. For example, there's a program out there called Common Sense Education, and it provides free digital citizenship curriculum, and it's great. It's just kind of what it says. It's common sense, ways to use the internet, ways not to use the internet, and it's great for kids that are in their middle teen area. So in conclusion, ensuring digital and ethics use in P-12 education is essential for preparing students for success. So we're not only expanding access to technology, but we're also teaching kids how to use it safely. Collaboration among educators, policymakers, and technology providers will be crucial in the coming years.